The UK is a silly, silly place. From the blazemedia.com, UK Prime Minister nailed with a brutal ridicule after proudly announcing the banning of ninja swords. And that's right, folks. This is March 27th, 2025. This is not a parody. I mean, The Blaze is kind of a parody of itself. But this is not Babylon B. This is a for real headline. The ban comes after a teenager was stabbed to death from a case of mistaken identity. Of course, that's really, I mean, it's the UK. People are getting stabbed all the time. Prime Minister of the United Kingdom was brutally ridiculed on social media, deservedly so, after proudly announcing that the government will be banning ninja swords, which many people on X went, there is a rash of British ninjas, because that's just something. I know we got a black ninja now in the Ubisoft game Assassin's Creed. I didn't know we had like British ninjas. And what does a British ninja look like? There's a bunch of people who are just going, it's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little strange that this would be something that's happening here. Let's see. Knife attacks in the UK. It's like the first thing that comes up. It's the first thing that comes up here. Let's see. Oh, you're here we go. I got graphs and everything. Let's take a look at this too before we get a little further into this. This idea that it's not even, because the British are terrible. I mean, the British, whatever. I'll accept your stupid cookies. It's stupid. They get so proud, or they always say things like, "Oh, you Americans, I can't believe it that you people have guns." And we're going, "Are you kidding me? You people are getting stabbed to death with sporks. What are you talking about? You're worried about this stuff." They're very polite and proper ninjas. Hello. Yes, I'm here to assassinate you, but would you mind if you put some tea on first? But look at this. Select offenses involving knife or sharp instrument. Let's see here. By the thousands, 38.8, 31.8. Number of selected offenses involving this between 2000. The offenses fell from 34,000 in number. Let's see. This was go over here. Up to 50. That's crazy, man. In March, ending March 2024, there were 50,000 offenses involving a sharp instrument in England and Wales. This was 4.4% higher than in 2023 and 2% lower than in 2019, 2020. Which just shows you that every time these pompous windbags that are the English start to try and talk down to you and me because we own firearms, it's like, you guys can't even own a steak knife. What are you talking to me about? Your UK minister is banning samurai swords. Actually, no, they're not. As Chris, the host of the Good Night Show, I think that's what it is, said that, the British, of course, are going after lower class ninjas while sparing the samurai. It's classism no matter what. Prime Minister Keir Starmer posted on social media that the restrictions on owning the Japanese swords would be put in place by summer. The campaign to ban ninja swords began after 16-year-old Ronan Kanda was killed by a sword just outside of his home in 2022 in a case of mistaken identity, which is crazy because it's like, you kind of have to know somebody. You have to get kind of up close to somebody in order to stab them. I don't know if you saw the movie Serenity, off of the Firefly movie. Every time I read something like this, all I can think of is the guy's like, he killed me, Mal. He killed me with a sword. Who does that? And it's kind of the same thing. Now, critics pounced on the announcement to mock Starmer and the European instinct to ban weapons rather than allow citizens to defend themselves. Oh, did I miss this? Confirmed ninja swords will be banned by the summer when we promise we take action. Which, yes, you should have been brutally mocked for this. Let's see. Read any of the reply. Oh, I gotta sign in. I forget you. Yeah. Knife crime is at an epidemic level and is ruining lives across Britain. I wonder why that is. I wonder why they're having such a problem with knife crime in Britain right now. It boggles the mind. Maybe because of a certain group of people? I don't know. Possibly. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a ninja sword is a good guy with a ninja sword, responded Jim Garrity of National Review. Ninja swords don't kill people, ninjas do, replied Rob Henderson of the Manhattan Institute. And despite making up only 13% of the population, yellow Power Rangers are responsible for 94% of ninja sword attacks, which is a really good statistic. Carmine Sabina wrote, "This is hilarious. How much more can they disarm you in the UK until you do something? Next, Ginsu knives, then butter knives, then rolling pins. Have you looked into squirt guns? No one needs a high-powered super soaker." There's a reason why the old saying says, "Don't bring a knife to a gunfight." Still a thing. Now, of course, if you know anything about knives and gunfights, you actually realize that knives are preferable in a gunfight because of the 21-foot rule. But most people don't know that, and they just like to repeat catchy slogans. He's banning swords. Next will be Thor's hammer, then screwdrivers, then pencils. But remember, John Wick killed 3 guys in a bar with a pencil, so that might not be a bad idea. Under the new law, anyone caught with a ninja sword in the U.S. can face up to 6 months in prison, but that could be increased to 2 years under the plans in a crime bill. So, just wacky that these are the priorities. It's not just the fact that they don't have firearms, it's also the fact that Muslims are running around London and they just cut people. They'll just try to hurt people and harm people the best way they can. And it's one of these things that, yeah, you can ban everything. Muslims will, if they want to kill you, they'll kill you. They'll kill you with a car. They'll kill you with a brick. Whatever the case may be. It is sad when you watch videos of like London in the 60s and London today. I mean, are we all going to at least, come to grips with the fact that the UK is gone, that the UK is a lost cause? There's no way you can save the UK at this point. You just can't. I don't think you can, because the London is completely fallen, and then the outsides where it is a majority British, the British aristocracy, or the ones that are equivalent to like our awfuls or affluent white female liberals, they just don't care. They just don't care about the civilization. They really don't. Now, there is the point of it. If it gets pushed too far, will there be a response? Obviously, I think there will. I'm not saying there will be, but if history is any indicator, as they like to say, if past is prologue, there will be one last gasp from the English, and not by voting, but by other means. Let's say I've already had this stream suppressed enough. I don't want to make it sound like I'm inciting violence, which I am not. But if history is to say anything, there will be a last gasp of the English people before they're swallowed up. Of course, I could be completely wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. But you can't continue on, and you can't ignore this. And of course, there's the gang attacks and all of these other things that have persisted, and that the English have just kind of taken for the last 20 years. And I just don't think they care. Look at what they did for Ramadan. You had the King of England preparing like Ramadan meals for them, and then they decorate everything and the Muslim celebrations and all this stuff. It's like they pretty much capitulated. I don't know what they can do, but at least we can make fun of them in this story.